Welcome back team. Today I'm going to be teaching you all the new wave control that you need to know for Season 16 in just 10 minutes. There are quite a few big changes that heavily impact the way we manipulate the waves in top lane, so it's really important that you understand them if you want to climb in solo queue. So let's not waste any more time and get straight to it. Starting off with Wave 1, and due to the increased movement speed from the wave this season, you have to be a lot more careful with Wave 1 than we were in previous seasons. So you can see in this example where I'm playing Jax up against a Garen, I played it pretty much exactly how I would in the previous season, a big fat E that hits him and the wave at the same time, because I want to go for a 2-wave crash. But because I did that, because my E hit the entire wave, and I also committed a bunch of free autos, my Wave 1 got put in a very awkward position, where it doesn't really quite crash. Even if it did crash, you really don't want to do that. It really messes with your wave, and now Garen can freely farm. It feels a little bit uncomfortable for me to hit the wave, get level 2, and abuse that level 2 verse 1, so it's definitely something you should strongly avoid doing this season. And here's an example of what it looks like if you optimize Wave 1 correctly. So in this game versus Cassante, I wanted to do a Wave 2 crash so that the wave came back near my tower and allowed me to get an extended trade against him. With Conquer and Ghost, I'm going to beat him in an extended trade, but he can win short trades. So if I slow down my push too much and he pokes me down, gets level 2 same time, level 3 same time, and blocks the wave, it can be very hard for me to crash. So a Wave 2 crash is optimal. So you can see I'm bashing the wave down. I want to push quickly, but I'm not hoofing my Olaf X through the wave or anything like that and pushing too fast and getting my Wave 1 too close to his tower. So you can see the goal for a Wave 2 is you want to kill the last minion of Wave 1 just as Wave 2 is passing the tower like this. You'll also see I walked a little bit ahead of the wave because I wanted to block it momentarily. The reason why, I want my Wave 2 to move up a little bit because it cuts down on travel time. When I kill Wave 2, I want my Wave 2 to crash under his tower quickly, so if it's close to his tower, it's going to get there a lot faster because Wave 3 moves very quick, every wave does, but the extra movement speed means Wave 3 arrives to your lane faster than it did before, which means you need to crash Wave 2 faster. So you can see now I'm hoofing my axe through the wave because I really want to crash this under tower. So you can see, making sure it goes under, clean Wave 2 crash. So that's the #1 rule for Wave 1. If you want to do a Wave 2 crash, you want to kill Wave 1 before, or just as Wave 2 passes the tower. If you want to do a Wave 3 crash, you have to be very, very gentle with the wave. Now, one of the most important wave control concepts this season is still when to crash Wave 2 versus Wave 3. That's something I talked a lot about last season, and it's still extra important now, especially with the enhanced minion movement speed. You have to have a lot of intention. If you're crashing Wave 2 or Wave 3, you have to really know what you're doing and nuke that wave in, because the next wave is going to arrive very quickly. So in this game versus Gwen, I want to showcase an example of a Wave 2 crash and the benefits of it. So like we just talked about, kill the last minion of Wave 1 before Wave 2 arrives. This one is pretty much perfect. The position of the wave, it's not quite under tower as you can see, so I can hit all the minions, but it's so close to the tower that when I kill Wave 2, my Wave 2 is going to crash very quickly. So you can see I'm just bashing the wave down, perma hitting it, trying to kill it as quickly as possible without missing CS. So you can see I got 12 out of 12 minions and crash Wave 2 very quickly. Now the benefit of that, here I just checked the jungle, nothing to see there. The benefit of the Wave 2 crash is now, not only did I have level 2 advantage and he had to respect, now I can allow the waves to come back towards me. So I'm trimming the wave as it comes in, trying to stay healthy, and now that the wave has come back in, it's time to go. The lane is stabilized, it's by my side, I'm an extended trading champion, it's time to go here. So you'll see the second I hit the Olaf X, boom, pop the ghost. I've got so much room to run her down from my side of the lane to hers. I'm able to get this extended trade and get the kill, based purely from my 2-wave crash. And now I'll showcase an example of a game where it's more optimal to do a Wave 3 crash. So this game, I'm Grasps a Hen versus Silas. So I want short trades now. I'm a short trading champion, so it's better for me not to crash Wave 2 and let the wave come back in. I'm not going to be able to run down a Conqueror Silas with a early game Grasps a Hen. It's better for me to maintain priority and go for a Wave 3 crash. So your goal here is to be quite gentle on Wave 1 and do slightly more damage to the wave than your opponent. You don't want to do too much more. So if they're a Mundo sitting 2 screens away doing nothing, you're also being very gentle. If they're farming the wave and doing a bit of damage, you're just trying to do slightly more than them. Because if you push too quickly, you can't Wave 3 crash. And if you push it too slowly and let them hit the wave more than you, they're going to get level 2 before you, level 3 before you, and you're not going to get priority anyway. So you can see I'm just doing slightly more than the Silas. And when I know I've got prior, which is around here, it's a switch, boom, I've got push, nothing you can do about it. Now I'm being extra gentle, milking the last hit. You can see I'm lasting them when they're really low HP, not when they're 76 or whatever I'm hitting here, when they're very, very low. Now, same with the wave 1 mindset I talked about. You want to kill the last minion of wave 2 just as wave 3 passes the tower. It's exactly the same. You kind of see the pattern now. So now I only have to kill the 6 minions here, the 7 minions including cannon. I don't have to kill 8 or 9. So you can see I'm eating the wave. I'm just nuking it and getting it cleanly crashed under tower. Can even proc the crust here for good measure. So a much better way to play the lane in this type of matchup where you really favor short trades. And if you give them the wave advantage, if you give them the level advantage, then they can use that against you. The Olaf vs Gwen, even though she was momentarily higher level than me, she couldn't do anything about it, and eventually I could kill her. The Silas, he could, if he's level 4 vs 3, he could beat me up, as you're kind of going to see here. So it's better for me to maintain priority, get level 2 first, get level 3 first, but do a nice slow push the whole time, so that the wave doesn't bounce back to me. Next up, we have the Cheetah Recall, which has made a return this season, with Wave 3 being the cannon minion. So now that Wave 3 spawns a cannon, if you can cleanly crash Wave 3, you have the option to Cheetah Recall, which is essentially basing for free to get a resource and item advantage over your opponent. So in this game versus Gangplank, I want to go for a Wave 3 crash because I have to respect his barrels the whole time, which makes it very difficult to do a 2-wave. He can hit the wave a lot, and if I go near him and I don't respect the barrel, you can see this whole game, I'm purely playing the barrel mini game. So it makes it actually a little bit difficult to just ignore him and crash wave 2, as I'll take way too much damage. I have to play that barrel mini game. So you can see here, I'm slowing down my push a bit. And then here, kill the last minute of wave 2 as wave 3 is arriving. And now it's time to nuke. So I could have slowed down my wave 2 a little bit. That E was a bit much, but it's still a good example. So here, just nuking the wave as quickly as possible. Cue him to get minion aggro. So my E hits the whole wave. And you can see him. I don't want to miss last hits, of course. But I'm essentially pushing this wave in as quickly as I can. So just hard pushing it here. Don't look at that cannon miss. I swear it was worth dodging the barrel, I promise. And now I can cheetah recall. So when do you want to cheetah? In the Zahin game, I have 3-wave crash and didn't cheetah recall. The only time you want to is if you're getting resources and item advantage. Never cheetah just for a longsword or just for an Amtome or anything like that. Only do it for resources and items. So in this situation, I'm half HP and half mana. So I'm getting 400 HP, mana back, and an item, not just a single longsword. So it's definitely worth it there. And there's a Zahin game, it's full HP, full mana pretty much. So there's no point basing for just a single longsword. And you can see the wave comes back to me nicely. I've got this item advantage, I can trade with him, and he's also set up for a jungle gank as well. So cheating has quite a few benefits to it. Just make sure you only do it in games where you need the resources and items. And it's really important to keep in mind the wave 2 versus wave 3 crash. You can't really go into a game thinking I'm going to cheat a recall unless your opponent is fully an AI, is fully a noob, because if your opponent plays the game, a lot of the time it's not fully in your control. So I'll give an example. Let's imagine you versus a Mundo 1 game and he sits 2 screens away chucking Qs. You can do whatever you want with the wave. You can 3-wave crash. But if I'm playing versus Mundo the next game and he walks up and I beat the shit out of him with Jax and my E hits the entire wave, now I need a 2-wave crash, but it was worth it because I chunked him. So don't try to go into the game trying to cheat a recall. It really depends on how your opponent plays. Just remember in the moment when you're thinking about wave 2 versus wave 3 crashing, it really depends on the matchup and how your opponent plays. And if you decide on a 3-wave crash, like in the Zahin game, like in this Jax game, then you have the option to cheat a recall if you need the resources and you want to get that extra item advantage as well. And finally, we have sneaking bases, and I'm going to include this as wave control, even though it's mainly related to backtimers, just because it is wave control related as well, and it's very, very powerful this season due to the new home guard. So, sneaking bases is essentially basing at a time your opponent won't expect to get a resource and item advantage. So, in this situation right now, if I were to play out this lane for the next minute or two, Quinn's going to out-sustain me with fleet footwork. She's range with melee, so she's going to poke me under tower a little bit, proc my cross. I'm not going to be able to base at all. It's going to be very, very difficult for me to play the game if I stay in lane here. Sure, I could do my best to sneak a base when my TP's back up, but it's better for me right now to sneak a recall. So you can see here, I trimmed the wave a little bit, go into this bush so she can't stop my base in that second bush, and just sneak off a base. And due to the new home guards, I get back quite quick with resource and item advantage, and you can see I barely missed anything. The new home guard system is very strong, so make sure you abuse that. Anytime the wave is coming towards you, you will lose a little bit, but being full HP with extra items is better, because you can imagine now, me and Quinn both handshake a base, I'm in a really happy spot. Back here, if I stayed, you could imagine me moving under tower, desperately trying to farm, I will bleed out way more. Now, that last example is definitely something we could have got away with last season, maybe just missing 1 or 2 minions more. This is a much better showing of the power of sneaking your bases. So as we can see here, I'm basing on the cannon wave. That's a really important step. If you want to base like this right in front of somebody's face, it must be the cannon wave. Either one-shot the wave before cannon, or if you feel like they're not going to crash it under tower, like he didn't, just sneak off the base before cannon, because the cannon minion takes them a long time to clear, and it'll tank the tower for a long time for you. So if we count the minions here, let's see how much I lose. 2 caster minions, plus the next 7 from the cannon wave. So we boost back to lane, and keep in mind, this guy pushed as fast as possible. He did a fully charged W, he queued the entire wave, he was not messing around here, he cleared it as quickly as he can. So we come back to lane here, and look, we missed 1 caster minion and 1 melee. We're in such a good position. I'm even thumbs upping this guy, because you can see how broken it is, so definitely sneaking your bases off the season. You can really min-max it here, as you can see, and it's a better alternative than getting towed by the jungler for sure. Alright team, that's it for now, but do not panic. I am working on a full in-depth wave control guide for Season 16, where I go through literally every wave control concept, so that is coming soon. Make sure you subscribe to see it, and I'll see you for the next one.